In the intricate dance of life, where each step is often dictated by a set of unseen rules, there lies a profound truth waiting to be uncovered. Our exploration, under the compelling title Beyond the Lines, the Fallacy of Blind Obedience, beckons us to question the very foundations of the rulebooks that govern our existence. This journey is not just about unraveling the threads of conventional wisdom, it's an invitation to realize that sometimes, the most well-intentioned rules can lead us astray, with consequences that echo far beyond the immediate moment. Picture, if you will, a world where every decision, action, and belief is guided by a set of predefined instructions, rules that have been etched into the collective consciousness over generations. These rulebooks, be they societal norms, professional guidelines, or personal principles, offer a semblance of order and predictability. But what if these very rules, trusted to safeguard us, become the harbingers of unforeseen tragedy? As we navigate this thought-provoking terrain, we prepare ourselves to encounter stories that challenge the sanctity of the rulebook. We will delve into the heart-wrenching tale of a situation where following the rules blindly led to devastating outcomes, shattering lives and leaving behind a trail of sorrow and regret. This poignant narrative serves as a stark reminder of the weight of our decisions and the impact of our adherence to the rules. This exploration is not merely a critique of the established order, it's an introspective journey into the complexities of human judgment and decision-making. It's about recognizing the moments when deviation from the norm, when listening to the whispers of intuition and reason, becomes not just a choice, but a necessity. As you, the listener, step into this unfolding story, you are invited to engage with the nuances of this theme. We'll ponder together the delicate balance between adherence to rules and the exercise of personal discernment. It's a narrative that promises to be as enlightening as it is cautionary, a tale that will prompt us to reflect on the times we've followed the rulebook and the times we've dared to write our own rules. So, let us embark on this journey with open minds and questioning hearts, ready to discover the profound lessons hidden in the shadows of the rulebook. For in these lessons, we may find the keys to not just understanding the past, but navigating the complex, ever-changing landscape of our future. Let's delve into a poignant, real-life example that highlights the tragic consequences of such adherence. Our story unfolds in the picturesque town of Riverwood, nestled in the heart of the mountains. The town, known for its serene beauty and close-knit community, was also home to Riverwood High School, a place where tradition and rules formed the bedrock of its educational philosophy. Riverwood High School was a symbol of pride for the townsfolk. It boasted a legacy of academic excellence and a strict adherence to discipline and rules. Among its revered traditions was the annual Riverwood Festival, a celebration of the town's heritage and the school's achievements. However, this very adherence to tradition and the rigidity of the rulebook would soon lead to unforeseen tragedy. It was the spring of 2018, and the entire town was buzzing with excitement for the upcoming festival. The school's administration, led by Principal Jonathan Edwards, had planned an elaborate firework display as the highlight of the event. This tradition had been a part of the festival for decades, symbolizing the school's spirit and the community's unity. The task of managing the fireworks was assigned to Mr. Thomas Keller, a beloved chemistry teacher known for his meticulous nature and unwavering respect for rules and procedures. As the festival day approached, the weather took a sudden turn. The clear skies of Riverwood were now overshadowed by dark, looming clouds, and the weather forecast predicted a severe thunderstorm. Concerns were raised about the safety of proceeding with the fireworks display under such conditions. However, Principal Edwards, guided by the rulebook of tradition and the pressure to uphold the school's legacy, decided to proceed with the event as planned. The evening of the festival arrived, and the townspeople gathered in the school's football field, their eyes filled with anticipation. As the fireworks began, the beauty of the vibrant colors lighting up the night sky was mesmerizing. But in a harrowing twist of fate, a sudden lightning strike ignited the remaining fireworks, causing a massive explosion. The explosion sent shockwaves through the crowd, resulting in chaos and panic. The once joyous occasion turned into a scene of devastation. Several people were injured, and, most tragically, 2 students lost their lives in the accident. The community was left in mourning, grappling with the harsh reality that their adherence to tradition and the rulebook had blinded them to the dangers posed by the inclement weather. In the aftermath of the tragedy, the town of Riverwood was forever changed. The painful lesson learned from the Riverwood Festival disaster echoed far beyond the school's walls. It became a stark reminder of the importance of questioning and reassessing rules and traditions, especially when they pose a risk to safety and well-being. The story of Riverwood High School serves as a profound example of the potential consequences of blind obedience to the rulebook. It underscores the need for flexibility, critical thinking, and the courage to challenge the status quo when it's necessary for the greater good. As we reflect on this tragic event, we're reminded that sometimes the rules that are meant to guide us can lead us astray, and the courage to question them can be a matter of life and death. Continuing on that subject, this time with a focus on a cruise ship incident. In the vast expanse of the ocean, a large, majestic cruise ship named the Ocean Voyager was making its way through calm waters. The ship, known for its luxurious amenities and impeccable safety record, was a popular choice for families and tourists seeking a memorable vacation. Among its passengers were a group of high school students, excitedly embarking on their graduation trip. One serene evening, as the students enjoyed a party on the main deck, a sudden and violent storm hit. The ship, caught off guard by the ferocity of the weather, began to rock dangerously. Panic ensued as passengers scrambled for safety. Amidst the chaos, the ship's captain issued an announcement, instructing everyone to follow the emergency procedures and head to their designated muster stations. The students, having been drilled in safety protocols during the initial briefing, dutifully followed the instructions. They headed to the lower decks, where their muster station was located. Meanwhile, a few passengers, driven by instinct rather than adherence to the rules, chose to move to the upper decks, intuiting that they would be safer there. Tragically, the situation rapidly worsened. The ship began to take on water, and the lower decks, where the students had gathered, became increasingly dangerous. The students, adhering strictly to the instructions they had been given, remained in their muster station, waiting for further orders. In contrast, the passengers who had moved to the upper decks were able to access lifeboats and were subsequently rescued by nearby vessels. The heartbreaking outcome of this incident was the loss of many young lives. The students, who had followed the safety procedures and rules to the letter, found themselves in the most vulnerable part of the ship. Their adherence to the rulebook, while ordinarily a prudent course of action, proved fatal in this unforeseen and catastrophic scenario. The Ocean Voyager tragedy became a somber case study in the limitations of rigidly following rules without considering the context or exercising personal judgment. It raised important questions about the nature of safety protocols and the training provided to passengers. The incident led to a reevaluation of emergency procedures on cruise ships, with a new emphasis on situational awareness and the importance of empowering individuals to make informed decisions in crisis situations. This tragic example starkly illustrates that while rules and protocols are essential for maintaining order and safety, there are instances where they can be inadequate or even detrimental. It underscores the importance of critical thinking, adaptability, and the ability to assess situations dynamically. The Ocean Voyager incident serves as a poignant reminder that sometimes the rulebook can indeed be wrong, and blind adherence to it can have irreversible consequences. In the complex tapestry of life, there are instances where following the established path, the one that's been tried and tested, seems like the only sensible approach. The rules, after all, are there for a reason: to guide, to protect, and to provide a framework for decision-making. But what happens when these very rules, these time-honored guidelines, lead us astray? The notion of challenging established norms and rules isn't about advocating for chaos or anarchy. It's about recognizing that life is an ever-evolving entity, and what worked yesterday might not be the best solution today. It's about understanding that progress often requires us to step out of the comfort zone of how things have always been done. Consider the realm of innovation and technology. History is replete with examples of individuals who dared to question the status quo, who challenged the rules of their time, and in doing so, propelled humanity forward. Think of Galileo challenging the geocentric view of the universe, or the Wright brothers defying the belief that human flight was impossible. These figures didn't just break the rules, they rewrote them, expanding the horizons of what was considered possible. In the business world, this principle manifests as disruptive innovation. Companies that have altered the course of industries didn't do so by adhering to the established rulebook. They rewrote it. They looked at old problems through new lenses and found solutions that were previously unthinkable. The rise of digital streaming services disrupted the traditional media and entertainment industries not by following the existing rules of broadcast and distribution, but by creating a new paradigm. In personal lives, too, breaking free from the rulebook can be the key to unlocking potential and discovering new paths. It's about questioning the societal norms and expectations that dictate what a successful life looks like. It's about realizing that the conventional path to happiness and fulfillment, be it in terms of career, relationships, or lifestyle, might not be the one that suits you best. However, challenging the rulebook requires more than just the courage to define norms. It requires wisdom to discern which rules are outdated and which are foundational. It requires the vision to see beyond the immediate confines of the present. And crucially, it requires the resilience to face the uncertainty and resistance that often accompanies change. As we navigate the complexities of the modern world, where change is the only constant, the ability to adapt and rethink the rules is more vital than ever. It's about striking a balance between tradition and innovation, between stability and progress. In the end, the greatest rule we can follow might just be the understanding that sometimes the rulebook can be wrong, and that realizing this can be the first step towards making things right. In our journey of exploring the nuances of life's rulebook, we arrive at the concluding act, a moment to reflect and gather the threads of thought we've unfurled. The tragic tale of the cruise ship, where adherence to rules led to heartbreaking loss, serves as a stark reminder of the limitations of rigid guidelines. In this narrative, we've seen how, at times, stepping beyond the boundaries of the established norm is not just beneficial but essential. As we ponder the myriad situations we face in our lives, from the professional corridors of our careers to the intimate alleys of our personal relationships, the realization dawns that the rulebook is not infallible. It's a guide, not an absolute decree. The truly wise understand that the spirit of the rule often outweighs its letter. It's about interpreting the essence of guidelines, adapting them to the unique circumstances we find ourselves in. This journey of discovery doesn't advocate for a reckless abandonment of all rules. Instead, it's a call for discernment, for understanding when to uphold a rule and when to question it. It's about recognizing that the rulebook is a living document, evolving with time, experience, and the ever-changing tapestry of societal norms. Our willingness to adapt, to rewrite the rules when necessary, is a testament to our growth as individuals and as a society. In the grand theater of life, where every decision can pivot the story in unexpected directions, the ability to think critically, to challenge the status quo, becomes invaluable. It's a skill that enables us to navigate the complexities of the modern world with agility and insight. The pursuit of knowledge, the courage to question, and the wisdom to understand the difference between blind adherence and thoughtful application of rules are what set the path for true innovation and progress. As we draw the curtains on this narrative, let's carry with us the lessons learned. Let's not shackle ourselves to the rigidity of rules that no longer serve us. Instead, let's embrace the fluidity of thought, the flexibility to adapt, and the courage to rewrite the rulebook when the need arises. For in this adaptability lies our strength, in this courage, our growth. And so, with a spirit of inquiry and an open mind, let's keep on rising, crafting our own rules in the ever-unfolding story of our lives.